It's been a very long 2 weeks, but before I continue about my last 2 weeks, or even my last like month and a half or so, since I gave you an update on how I'm doing, let's make some breakfast. Feeling like an omelet today, but I've never actually made an omelet in this carbon steel pan before, so I might end up having just scrambled eggs. Steak dust. So I think that the last time I talked to you, I was in the middle of going to my new co-packer, and I believe my weight was probably around like 328 or 9 or something. In regards with an update to the first thing, we were about to be placing our first order with our new co-packer, and it's been a long process, but we're trying to make our new bottles look as perfect as possible, making sure everything tastes as perfect as possible, and we're pretty much there, just waiting on a couple little things, and then I should be able to go pick up our order. And in regards to the second thing, but anyways, in regards to my weight, I am down another 10 pounds actually since my last video. I weighed myself yesterday, was the last time I weighed myself, which was Friday, April 11th, and I'm down to 318 pounds, which is 31 pounds down since the beginning of the year, which is pretty great progress for me. Like, I'm not going to complain about that. I feel like I'll look a lot better. I did post a side-by-side on Instagram, which I'll kind of post right here. I don't know about you, but I can definitely tell the difference between the two. That one's going pretty well so far. I'm just very proud of myself for having lost 30 pounds this year so far, because it felt like I was just stuck with those 30 pounds for the past like almost 3 years, I believe. And cheese, a little bacon. That's pretty much good to go. Okay, I can make an omelet in this thing now, so it's good to know. Anyways, where was I? Losing 30 pounds this year feels like, it's been a breeze. These years gone by faster than any year I think I've ever had in my life. It's already in the middle of April. My birthday's about to come up, and I don't even know what I'm doing for it. Probably nothing. And that's probably going to lead into what's been going on the past 2 weeks, which I've posted about it on my community post area. If you've seen those, and thank you to everyone who's given out like thoughts and prayers, because it's been a rough couple of weeks. My mom has been in the hospital. At the very beginning, wasn't really sure what was going on. I was pretty scared we were about to lose her because nothing made sense. Wasn't really getting any answers, and yeah, it was just scary. It was just really scary. So I'm not gonna sit here and put all her stuff out there. Just know that what happened 2 weeks ago now, it's literally been 2 weeks since she's been in the hospital today. We were all very worried for her, but she kind of came around, and turns out she has an infection, and that thing's been real slow to heal. So she's still in the hospital because of it, and she'll still have to be taken care of for a little bit after she's done at the hospital. But it's okay, because I know she's getting the best help she can get right now. But over the past 2 weeks, I've been back and forth to hospitals. It's been perfect opportunity for me to slip up on my diet. But if you've watched these other 2 update videos, you'll know why I'm doing this diet again. And it's because my stomach was killing me. I'm not going to go into detail on that. If you want to learn more about what was going on with that, go watch one of my other videos. I'll go ahead and leave it wherever it's going to be if you want to watch that one too. Just between the initial hospital where she went to the emergency room, then the transfer that happened a week later to a city that is about an hour and 20 minutes away, and then me driving back and forth every single day for the past 5 days now. I'm pretty worn out. I just got groceries for the first time yesterday in nearly 2.5 weeks, because before all this happened, I'd ran out of food here. So I had a bag of mozzarella cheese for the longest time, and that was it. Now I have at least some eggs and some ground beef. So even with all those constraints, I'm lucky to work at a restaurant, so whenever I'm at work, I can get a meal. But other than that, it's been kind of just eating out, getting snack sticks, and just stuff like that. Nothing nutritious per se, or at least not necessarily nutritious, but something that will hold me over and get me to, the next meal has been the biggest thing. I think the 2 meals that stand out the most are going to be when I went to Arby's with my dad. I got the 2 for $7 ham and whatever, it's Swiss, I think is what it was. I just remember like eating it, and I was like, this kind of sucks. Like, I could have just went to a grocery store and bought like probably a full pound of deli ham and cheese, and had just as good of an experience as that. But it was nice to just have the convenience of going through a drive-through and just picking it up and eating it real quick. It was just, I don't know, it was just real striking to me to be like, wow, this kind of sucks, but I'm glad I have it. And then the other one that stands out was going to Aldi. I wanted to get my mom something that she could have in the room that wasn't just, you know, terrible hospital food. And while I was there, I got myself some of those sugar-free hickory smoked beef sticks, and that was a meal for like my full day. I was eating on those basically all day, and that's what I ate until I got to work, and I'm pretty sure I just had scrambled eggs. I guess I could show you my plate as well. Do I look tired? I feel tired. I had to change my brakes yesterday because the shop wouldn't do it. But anyways, I don't really have a whole lot more to say. I feel weird not recording any recipe videos right now. It's just kind of impossible to balance that with everything else I've got going on. But I could, you know, I thought to myself that I could at least come here and explain, you know, my current situation. I think a lot of you also like the perspective of other people because you get caught up in your own thing a lot of times. And I hope that, you know, seeing that I can stick to this can help motivate you to stick to getting past whatever your current struggle is. So as far as updates go, that's the update. Still losing weight. Still feeling, you know, moderately pretty good. And there's only been about 3 different times since the last update video that I've had issues with my stomach that I can think of. And even those were just nothing compared to what it was before I started again. So I am grateful that that's still helping. And I am very grateful that I'm losing weight alongside that. Other than that, that's the update. Hope it's the one you wanted because it's the one you got. Should be back next week with some recipe videos. And if I'm not, just take a look out in my post section. Still probably going to be dealing with helping my mom out and my dad and just, you know, all that stuff. Just you know, normal life stuff. I just have to keep reminding myself that this is just stuff that happens in life. It sucks, but it is what it is. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like it if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see y'all next week.